Hi guys, Rishi Sunak is not having a good time of it recently as Prime Minister. His Stop the Boats week resulted in the Bibi Stockholm being put on indefinite leave. He tried to sell the idea that the government would pick up the tab for property developers getting to avoid environmental requirements as a Brexit benefit. Then he had the news of a by-election happening either on the anniversary of his appointment to number 10 or during the Tory party conference, and this added a headache he didn't need. So the latest problem was the resignation of Ben Wallace as Defence Secretary. Wallace, someone who's actually popular with both the party and the public, called it a day and sent a letter to the Prime Minister. His replacement, Grant Shapps, and this was confirmed by Sky News.
It has now just been made official. It is Grant Shapps. Let's talk to our correspondent down there, Sam. Sam, is this appointment about the defence of Britain's realm or the defence of Rishi Sunak's election chances?
Look, Grant Shapps is now the Defence Secretary. Britain is helping Ukraine with military operations against Russia. There is an enormous agenda in the in-tray for the new Defence Secretary, inflation eating away into the budget, a lot of problems to deal with. So, yes, he will take full control of the defence brief. But you cannot escape the politics of today is that this is an appointment all about the election.
All about the election. The appointment of Grant Shapps to this position really is scraping the bottom of the barrel. He doesn't really have any competence here. And also there is a potential concern over security. Because remember, Grant Shapps, before he became a minister, was running a web business, I think it was. And he had a number of websites blacklisted by Google. So I don't know if this is a concern for the people at the MOD. Anyway, why was he appointed? Because he's a Rishi Sunak loyalist. He's not going to be a troublemaker. He's going to do as he's told. And that's what Rishi Sunak wants. It's a bit sad for Ben Wallace because he's somebody who warned against the consequences of Brexit back in 2016. He was a Remainer. But he understood that leaving the European Union would damage the relationship with the US. And it would burn that bridge that the US has used to connect to Europe. In the past, that special relationship where the US would consult with Britain when it came to European issues. Joe Biden bypassed Britain recently and started conversing with France and Germany. And I don't know if that relationship will ever be rebuilt, even if the UK were to rejoin the European Union. So Ben Wallace knew that. And he warned against it, and he sort of suffered the consequences of that as well, because when it came to the top job at NATO, he was passed over, and many believe it was down to Brexit because of Britain's reduced position on the world stage. Others put it down to lack of military might, which is also in a sense down to Tory cuts and Tory policies. But of course, there was the idea that Ben Wallace would become the next Tory leader at one stage. That's gone. So I think for Ben Wallace, it's pretty much game over. No point running as an MP again. His time as a Secretary of State for Defence is over, and he doesn't want to go down with the ship. He doesn't want to go down with Rishi Sunak's ship. So it's better to bail out now and make a career for himself, perhaps in the private sector. It'd be interesting to see what job he has lined up next. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.